up on your parties. Dropping the hit, got me Haraami. Coming to see like a tsunami.
Yes, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Haraami United. Boys, how you doing, man? Afsal Banksy?
Good, man, good.
All good, bro. All good. It's Friday. The weekend's finally here.
Yeah, man, finally here. And I suppose a lot of people are looking forward to it because there's not an actual Man United game this weekend.
Exactly. It's a positive weekend.
Well, it's a weekend where I know it won't ruin my weekend. But I think I must be one of the only ones, I still look forward to our games. I know you boys
I
don't
look
as much.
forward to them, but I'm not.
No, stop lying. You just look
No,
forward to the mess
results
that
wise,
happened,
I'm not flipping.
the fallout. That's what you look forward to.
Listen,
You look
I
forward to
like
just
the
winding
chaos.
people up on Twitter and the chaos. We should name you like the Joker. Do you remember? Obviously, what's his name? The second.
Could I
film.
be Heath Ledger though?
No. You're the Joker. Yeah. That's the one. Heath Ledger.
I want to be that one.
Yeah. Just what's it called? Chaos.
I watched Joker too. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I heard that.
Have you seen Joker 2?
Yeah.
Seen Joker 2?
Yeah, don't watch it. It's a bit of a letdown, but
Is it like a High School Musical as well? That's what everyone's saying. It's like more of a...
The first one was a bit of a musical as well.
yeah,
So I'm not too sure why people are expecting anything different. Don't get me wrong, I haven't really watched the first one. I knew it was going to be very slow paced for me, so I never really watched it.
as long as I'm that Joker that's on your wall there, I'm fine.
Yeah, you can be the Heath Ledger one, man. I'll
that's
let you be. I'm envisioning that scene. When he walks out the hospital, and he's like.
That's the one.
The school bus. That it's that scene. So like I said, you love a little bit of chaos and wind it up. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I even this week, obviously there's been no game. I mean, let's go back. Obviously, last Sunday was the last time we played against Villa. As we caught up on that day. We kind of says, yep, we didn't win, but we didn't lose, as what people expected us to do. And I think a lot of people were so annoyed that we didn't lose because then it didn't mean a guaranteed sacking for Erik ten Hag. Because then what obviously happened is, amazingly, there was a meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Is it Monday, Tuesday?
Monday,
Tuesday, yeah. But I mean, just before we break into it, how did we know there was a meeting on Monday and Tuesday?
Because
I'm not talking about me and you, us lot. I mean, talking about the general
the whole fan base. And
it was the whole world.
I think I think it's the quarterly meeting that everyone was talking about. It was basically pre-scheduled like a few months ago and stuff. Apparently, there's another one next month, and another one in 2 months as well.
Yeah, but
these meetings happen
regularly. But why are we being told the specific dates and the locations of these meetings?
I don't know.
I think
just go out and just.
When
what
the
I'm
meeting
trying
location came out on Friday when me and you went to Bradford, right?
Yeah,
because that's when you got really sad and were like, "Oh, our Brad's not there."
Yeah, I'm not
there. So I think, given obviously, look, Man United sells for clicks, but given the situation we're in, i.e., Ten Hag, the manager, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out, whatever, does it not guarantee more clicks?
It is.
And this is what I'm alluding.
People were so eager on the day, like people were like, "It's 11 o'clock. They've not said anything. It's 10 o'clock. They've not said anything. It's this." Like, I was loving it.
I mean, exactly that. So we've always accused the Glazers, of being business and just all about the money and all about the clicks and things of that nature. And then a lot of people celebrated INEOS coming through because that's it now. We're going to get this football structure. It's going to be just about the football itself. You know what I mean? They're bringing in people who care and, who know what football's about. We're seeing the same old shit.
Yeah.
Because... Again, people are saying, "Oh, that's it. The leaks are going to stop." There's a few leaks that was happening for the few other games, so those haven't stopped. But this is the biggest leak to me, and I think Roy Keane kind of mentioned it as well. There's a motorbike going past. Roy Keane mentioned it as well. It's like, how are we getting to know all these meetings are happening? No, somebody from the club is briefing the media to say, right, yeah, on this day, on this location, this meeting's happening.
The question that I've got is, who's the one who's talking to the media a lot recently?
Who
only
isn't
person
out of the
is
club?
Jim.
Yeah, Jim is, but that's I mean, who isn't?
Yeah, I think that's where it's coming from because INEOS, like
That's
INEOS,
me.
INEOS is INEOS. But this is what I don't understand because even after the meetings now, and Ten Hag probably was on the agenda, wasn't on the agenda, nothing's happened. Whatever the fan base want, United are not going to give it to them because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they need to do anyway and stay silent on the matter because if you look at it, now the meetings happened, who's actually got control of the club? If it was Radcliffe, he would have pulled the trigger, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But it isn't. Is it Joe
Looking,
who's there? But then if you look at it, it's Ashraf Bereda. But like it's confusing. But to be honest with you, in a way, I'm actually glad Ten Hag hasn't been sacked for now. For now, I'm happy he's still there for the next game, Brentford. It might even drag out to Christmas. I don't know.
Why are you glad?
I
Chaos.
mean, look, yeah, chaos. But at the
So
same time,
So
no,
if he's the Joker, does that make you Two-Face?
no. Look, I'm okay.
What's
I'm
his name? What's his name in there?
Harvey Dent was
Harvey
Two-Face.
Dent. Yeah, Harvey Dent.
I'm not Two-Faced like that though.
There was
I'm,
Scarecrow as
I
well.
meant
I'm
obviously
actually,
the Harvey
yeah,
Dent, the Two-Face.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what we meant.
I know it's, I'm okay
I'm watching
with
Dark
Ten
Knight after this,
Hag.
by the way.
I'm okay with Ten Hag staying for now. Yeah, because the chaos. Because what happened on Monday on Spaces, everything
Ah,
went all over the place. You know what I mean? Since Monday, there's been a lot of crying and stuff like that going about. A lot of obviously stanzas and opinions and comments and stuff. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, Ten Hag, a lot of people want him sacked. I want him sacked as well. Do you know what I mean? But
see, this is what I'm saying.
yeah, but at the same time, in a way, the fact that a lot of people now are blaming INEOS, it's a good thing, isn't it?
But it's not INEOS though, it's trollers, as I heard on a space. It's trollers, bro.
The longer they leave it, it makes them look worse, basically. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I got no comments on trawlers in INEOS. Well, I've got comments on it, but I mean, let's be real, man. I don't think any of us sitting here, like I kind of said it the other day. I think I even said it on the spaces. My God, I know why I didn't miss those spaces. Some of the guys I liked on there, but some people, my God, don't
You
get me
had fun,
all
man.
love.
What are you talking about?
Man, it's very draining, and people do it day in day out. Fair enough, man. But what I was going to say was, yeah, I don't think any of us care who does it. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, look, if Glazers had come in when they did, and they didn't leverage all this, okay, even when they leveraged all this debt on us, and they kept us moving the same way as they did, they invested into the stadium, they, invested in the squad properly when it was under Fergie, they don't use the club as collateral, as their plaything, and all these other things. If they took their dividends, I mean, we're winning in that period, but if there was obviously investment into the club, like I said, structure wise and all that, no one would really care. Even INEOS coming in, somebody else coming in, if they were the best of the best, if they had shown us elsewhere that they can do it, then fair enough. I wouldn't care. Do you know what I mean? I would look forward to it. But I think this is where it is. It's just I don't get it, man. People are just keep saying, like I said, I was on the space that day. People were telling me that, you can't blame INEOS. You're gonna give them time, and I'm like, why? Do you know what I mean? Because I was trying to put my point across that fair enough. The Abu Dhabi people from Man City, even Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, FSG, a few of these people, I'd give them time because it was the first time they come into football, so they needed to find their feet, find what's what, bring in the people. That I get that they need the time, but Ineos have come in with this.
With a
Reputation.
previous record.
reputation, yeah, this reputation of these are the excellence, and they're gonna. I don't know. Obviously, it's people who are rooting for them who've made this false fallacy about them that they're gonna come in and change things for the better. So we'll start winning. But it's actually got worse. Let's be real. You know, obviously we
They
finished
sat
8th.
250 people. That's good, right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Saved us some
exactly.
money.
The morale environment. So yeah, we finished 8th under them. Under their tutelage, and we're now in currently 14th as well. So and then people are telling me, oh no, you've got to give them time just because it's INEOS. It's not. People were telling me, oh, Sir Jim Ratcliffe isn't the one who's making the decisions. he's now learned from that 5-6 years that he's had at Nice, and now he's got people to make those decisions for him. But then we read reports from obviously trusted journalists from the Athletic and things like that to say actually the book does stop with Jim Ratcliffe. He eventually makes that final decision, because let's be real again, he's the one who's put the billions in.
Yeah.
So somebody's telling me that he's not got any control on it, mate. He's got the control. Do you know what I mean? It's his
Does he
money.
want to
That's
invest in
going down.
yours if that's the case?
Do you know what I mean? It's
We'll
going
take
down.
his money.
So, like I said, there's people bending over backwards just to try and make that this INEOS thing work. But let's go back. Okay, so under the Glazers, we had the 6 siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was mudding things up, and now we've got the likes of we talk about making decisions, and why it's taking so long for Ten Hag to either get the sack or come out with whatever's happening to him. So now you've got the 6 siblings, and then on top of that you've got Jim Ratcliffe, Brailsford. I'm not gonna include Blanc because it seems like he never kind of present, so I won't include him. But then you've got Barada, Ashworth, and Wilcox. So you've got what, 11 people now?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
The way I see it is that you've got 6 siblings, and then you've got Ratcliffe, who's the adopted brother, and then you got his 7 dwarfs, his children, basically.
7 dwarfs.
Like they're all
Some have gone
clueless,
away. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all clueless. You know what I mean? But it's like if you get rid of Ten Hag and another manager comes in, it's the same situation again. You're gonna flop. You're gonna flop. You're gonna flop. I want these INEOS in people to see that.
Look, I don't. People won't see it because they've got the blinkers on. Like I always say, people just want to say, "Oh, look, I was I was proven right," and that's all they care about. They'll go to any length to make it work. Where
What's funny is half the people that want to say they're proven right were batting for another team not 8-9 months ago. So it's just
like I said, it's just obviously people want to just on social media, whatever, just feel relevant. For whatever reason that is. But look, like I said, let's face facts. Glazers have never made. And when I say winning here, I'm talking about actually winning big titles, not just an FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, which they do count, but the real honours that we want to be, after. Glazers never picked a manager who's ever made us do that. Won anything. Challenged. Do we want to say to finish second?
Weren't we like 12 and 15
challenged
points off or something ridiculous on both
so we
occasions.
never really challenged. INEOS have never done it. Even though people were telling me INEOS made some good managerial appointments and their managerial appointments got nicked by the likes of Ajax and things like that. So that's a success.
Did they?
Apparently, the Nice manager of last year has gone to
what? So one manager as opposed to the 6 others that they sacked.
Something of that nature. I'm not kept, but like I said, I don't care about the manager per se. I care about who they've brought in and how they've started winning. That's all we care about. Not all this. Oh yeah, it's improving. No. We want success. Do you know what I mean? That's only then can we say we're going in the right direction. But yeah, so that's all that, man. So I think we're good fun with that. I think people are still losing their minds because we've not heard anything. So people are now saying INEOS are rubbish because they've not sacked Eddie Ten Hag. So it seems like they're a bit clueless. But yeah, from what we're hearing, I think even the Gareth Southgate rejected us, man. I know he was quite famous. I know a few people were saying, even some of the guys from my group, they were saying that they've heard that it will be Southgate. Obviously, clearly that didn't happen. So it's interesting to see what may have happened, because I think people are now clocking on, that if Man United isn't the place to go to enhance your career, man.
Something got said in the Discord that was it was a very good point, and I can't remember who made it. So whoever watches it and hears this, forgive me, I forget who it was. But it was something about when Jose came to Man United, and then look at what happened after he left. Tottenham didn't work out. Roma kind of worked, then fell apart, and then he went to Besiktas or Fenerbahce, wherever he is now.
Fenerbahce now, isn't he?
Yeah, Fenerbahce. And they were basically applying that to Thomas Tuchel. So imagine Tuchel comes in, it doesn't work. He's going to end up essentially spiraling out of control as Jose has, right? And just in this downward spiral of essentially mid-level clubs, mid to bottom level clubs. He's not going to be at the top table anymore.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, once you come to Man United, he just ruins you.
It's a poison chalice. Yeah. It's like, the thing is, if it works, it's great. But what evidence is there to suggest it will work?
I mean, one day it has to, right? Somebody has to come in, and it's going to work one day. You know, Man United aren't going to stay as they are now forever. So one day some manager is going to come in, and they are going to make us win.
So what you're saying is era's come to an end?
Do you know what I mean? I think people clock onto that. Of course, it will come to an end, but is it with the people that are at the top at the moment in time? I really don't believe it's going to.
I don't think they've got what it takes.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't really.
We've seen that the Glazers aren't capable. So why is adding more decision makers going to make that all of a sudden a capable and functioning structure and football club?
But here's a question. This is what I asked as well. Somebody, if obviously Jim Ratcliffe, Jim Ratcliffe come in and he said that we've had good managers, but the environment hasn't been there for them to succeed. Okay. So if the environment hasn't been there to succeed, and we should be now giving INEOS the time to lay down whatever they need to do to make it a success, then why is Erik ten Hag not given a clean slate then? Because if you're going to say, you know, if you're going to count his two and a bit years that he's been here, well, those first 2 years as such, you shouldn't really count them because the environment, like the co-owner said, hasn't been there for him to thrive in. So even last year, obviously the first year he done well. The second year, you know, he had a very bad year, you know, but this year he's obviously starting not too great as well. But if people are saying INEOS need time, surely that relates to Ten Hag as well then. So he needs the time as well to work in this new environment to get things going.
Yeah, you've got a point. They should have come in. This whole thing about 3 years or 5 years or whatever Barada said and whatever Jim has said, in an ideal world, you offer him that contract and you say, right, this is your time to prove to us you're the man. But they've not offered him a new contract. They've publicly shopped around for other managers, but then they've also publicly backed this manager with somewhere in the region of 200 million. So
yeah, so that's what I mean. They didn't
what
want
do
him,
you do?
and they're giving him 200 million. But guys, sorry, the other question as well, which I was asked as well a few times in the spaces, what do you expect to happen? What would you do?
In what sense? Like manager sense, or
If you were INEOS, what would you have done in the summer? No, you don't have to answer that, by the way, because let me tell you something. I ain't got a fucking clue. I'm not an expert. So
I was actually thinking of an answer for you as well.
I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing. I haven't got access to the data that they've got. I haven't got the experience. Do you know what I mean? I chat shit like all the other people as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You know, yeah.
Difference is when you do it, you've got an agenda.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Do you know what I mean?
I've played the game, you know, at a decent level. You know, businesses, I know how they kind of work and all that kind of. So I can bring that, but I can't sit at say Manchester United and exactly say what to do because there's so many things that go on behind the scenes, so many things that we just don't see. Like I said, these guys are the experts. Go on, Aki.
Yeah, because what it is, look, we don't know who they spoke to, who they haven't spoke to. Ten Hag came out, they're saying they spoke to a few managers. But end of the day, what happened behind the scene, they're not going to tell Ten Hag in person. They can speak to whoever they want. They could have spoke to Frank, Tuchel, Southgate, Graham Potter before the summer. and then they've all flopped, and they've come back to Ten Hag in Ibiza and saying, "Look, you know what, you're staying." We don't know what conversation that's been had. We ain't the fly on the wall, so technically we don't know what. Like in terms of your question, we don't know.
You know, go on.
Go on, I'm done.
All right. My only thing is, right, with all this going on, like you said, we aren't the experts, but I can promise you now, no fucker on Twitter is the expert.
Yeah.
No,
They all,
sorry,
do you know what I mean?
no,
Like,
no, sorry, you're wrong there. You're wrong.
they all go on like they've got flipping doctorates and PhDs in flipping football and business.
No, you're wrong there, man. Look,
Go
but no, they know it all. That's why they're on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? Doing what they're doing, and they can educate
And
you.
not running the CFG.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it comes back down to like I said, let's keep it simple. Let's not overcomplicate this. People are going to blame a manager for making bad decisions. Okay. They're going to blame him for the decisions that he's made on the pitch, the players that he's brought into the to the club. So he's picked the wrong people. He's chosen the wrong tactics, and they're going to blame him for not getting results. Okay, so he's in charge of that football side of things. So rightly, the book stops with him because he's making those decisions.
Yeah.
So when you ask the same question of when the book stops with the whole club, which includes the football, so the business, the stadium, everything else, surely the book stops with the owners, the people who make the decision. So they're bringing in these people, they're making it. So why aren't they being blamed? So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when are people going to realise that we've had so many managers, we've had so many players? Again, the whole graveyard. This is a graveyard. When do you then start saying, no, you know what? It's the actual ownership of the people. I'm including INEOS in that as well, because I am taking into account what they've done at Lausanne and at Nice as well. I don't care who the actual people there have been working. It's been Ratcliffe and Brailsford who've looked after those places as well, so they're part of it as well.
You know why we have to count what INEOS has done previously as well? Because you remember when the takeover was happening and everyone kept saying, "Oh, Qatar, look at what they're doing with PSG." People, the fan base, was taking into account what PSG under Qatar were doing. Do you know what I mean? So why can't we do it with INEOS? INEOS have basically been in sports for quite a few years. Now we have got a right to basically say, look, you know what, INEOS in a way have failed at Nice and Lausanne and the other sporting projects.
That's a flipping brilliant point. I never thought of that.
Bro, I didn't even think of that until right now.
That's no, but like, no, you're right. Like people were saying, "Oh,
See, people, we give you exclusives, man. Real time
Qatar
thinking.
have done this, Qatar have done that." But like, why can't we now flip it? Yeah, that I never thought of that. That's actually banging.
Yeah, bro.
You're
Right now,
right.
I'm in so much pain, but it is what it is. You know, it's literally come to
So
my head.
what you're telling me is it's not Banksy talking, it's the painkillers.
Basically, yeah.
Right.
So I'm literally drugged up, not that way, but yeah.
keep feeding them drugs,
Prescriptions
man.
only.
Let's keep feeding it. And
You know
this is
what I
what
find funny?
No, but it's true though. Like we can't actually if look what it is. If you're gonna actually compare INEOS to the previous stuff, you have to go back to what people said about Qatar under PSG. That's it. Like there's no other way around it.
You got to
There's
hold
no other
people
way
to the
around
same
it.
standards, haven't
Yes,
you?
like
Phil Brown said.
literally, like Phil Brown said, yeah, 100%.
And that keeps sticking in my head. Every time I see these arguments on Twitter, I just think back to that episode with Phil and how he was saying, look, you can be fair. Like, someone wants to say it's an agenda, someone wants to say it's an opinion, that's fine, that's up to them.
Yeah.
But at least be fair and hold people to the same standards. Like, people on that space were saying to Harps, but you wouldn't have gone at Qatar like this.
Yeah.
And
I think
but we don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, but you know, is the other part to it as well is someone on space said to, I think it was Harps, and I think you remember this as well. Was at Nice, Ratcliffe did bring in the likes of Barreda or Ashworth. He's bottom at basically United. To be honest with you, they're not even best in class. I wouldn't put that down to best in class. Whatever pool they were looking at, United and Ratcliffe or this team.
They weren't looking at a pool, they were looking at singular names.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, fine. They managed to get in Ashworth, Wilcox, Breda, but they didn't get him then. They got him in at best a certain time. I think it was Wilcock first, then it was
No,
Ashworth, and then
Bereda
it was
first.
Bereda. I'm not too sure which
Or
order
was
it was.
Bereda announced first, and then he had to do his gardening leave or whatever it was.
I don't know. I don't know what order it was, but they managed to get him in different obviously timings.
Yeah,
Which
because
for
I
me
thought
is,
Ashworth was the last piece.
I think so.
Look, man. Okay, officially, look.
Yeah,
People
no.
who've been in-
Officially speaking, Ashworth
Yeah.
was the last guy.
Look, people who know about know things, yeah. Let's and people want to be pedantic and say, oh, they didn't start until this time, they didn't start until that
They
time.
were sending emails. They were 100%.
As we discussed in the last time as well, they got caught
Yeah.
doing it, right? Let's not beat around the bush. Okay, but let's just say then they officially started at that time. But again, we go back to the comments that Barada made and Ashworth was there before the LFC game. Oh, we came in after the extension of Eddie Ten Hag. It's not our choice. It's not our decision. But then Ratcliffe's then turned around saying, "Oh yeah, that interview's done recently with the BBC, whoever. Oh yeah. I've got people in charge. They're going to make these decisions and this, that, the other. They're all passing
But
the
then
buck.
but then the Athletic are saying the final book stops with Jim, and it's like, well, who's actually making the decision? Who's calling the shots?
Mm.
Like I said, nobody's sitting there, mate, taking responsibility, saying it's me who's doing it. Like, I'm in
Listen,
charge
bring
here.
back Ed Woodward. He was a bit of a tata. He didn't know what he was doing, but at least he owned every decision he made. He didn't try and pass it off. He was like, nah, I signed this player. I signed that deal. Do you know what I mean? You knew it was Ed Woodward.
Yeah, we know he wouldn't have been here if it was the case. I know Eric Ten Hag wouldn't have been here if Ed was in charge here. So look,
Who do you think Ed Woodward would have bought in as a manager?
Tuchel,
Straight up.
straight up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He would have
Tuchel.
bent over backwards. I don't know what the reason he rejected us. I don't think that we ever got a proper reason as
Probably
why Tuchel
money.
rejected us. What do you
Oh,
mean him
yeah.
earning money?
Yeah, probably the contract.
No. I think at this level, those kind of things. I think it might have been control and certain
The project
things that he
itself.
might have wanted. Yeah, the project itself
Yeah.
and things he would have want to be in charge of. I think those kind of things, but not money in terms of that, because I wouldn't even say it was money in terms of what was going to be spent, because we spent 200 million.
Yeah.
So that would have been quite enough as well. But I do believe eventually Tuchel will come.
Join me, Hobbs. Join me.
No. Well, I think he will eventually come. I've got my popcorn, sweet popcorn, by the way. Not this fucking sweet and salt or salt popcorn, man. It's that shit, man. Just
I'm a
proper
salted
sweet.
guy.
No. Well, I know you are here. You in Spaces and Twitter. People call you that, man. Sweet popcorn, because I know it's just going to be entertaining when he comes in. I think it's going to. Do you know what I mean? Now, currently, it's just boring with Eric Ten Hag. Let's all be real. He's not going to turn this around.
Yeah. No.
Do you know what I mean? He's not going to
He's
turn
not.
it around. They're just giving him a longer, rope to hang himself with. So in a way, I think they should put him out of his misery. But having said that, fair play to them. If they really believe this is their guy and they're backing him, then back him. I just don't think things like all these, little briefings, are we going to meet, the manager discussion is going to be happening. No, what should just happen is, we're going to meet, and no, we've already told you once, he's our guy, and we're backing him. Simple game. Don't string people around, because that's what's happening at the moment. The likes of even Simon Stone, who fact checks, and and some of the other good guys, they're just saying we simply don't know, because they don't know. Nobody's told us anything. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
So they should either just say, he's our guy, just stop it. Do you know what I mean? We're moving forward. We'll assess moving forward. Do you know what I mean? We're always going to review.
You know what it is? If they want to actually back him, you should give him an actual new contract, like a 3-year contract, and that's about it.
I believe the same, but they made the decision, whatever they made in the summer. So
Yeah.
When does his deal actually end? Is it end of this year, end of next year?
26.
26.
Okay, so he had this year anyway, and then
and then extension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was his extension.
So it's a 3-year contract, but it's an extension for 1 year to 26, basically.
Yeah. Which now is coincidentally going to cost more if they want to sack him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of backfired on them a little bit, but
Yeah,
You've got
I
to
don't
bite the
think
bullet at some point, right?
I don't think anybody expected it to be as bad as it has, and I don't think Erik ten Hag expected it either as well, man. But yeah, let's. I think we've got another week of all this, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. But some of the other
I'm
stuff
loving
that
it, bro. I'm loving it. You know what? I love INEOS. I love the fact that it made Man United football Twitter fun again.
I don't know, man. I think I think one of the
To
guys.
observe, not to partake in, to observe.
I think I saw the I don't follow the guy. I think somebody put it out and they shared it with me. I think his name's Shub. I think he kind of retweeted. I can't remember what tweet it was actually.
Majid.
Was it Majid's tweet?
Majid Al Khalifi's
Man
February
United.
tweet about Man United.
Oh
And Majid
man.
replied.
And yeah, what was that emoji? What does that emoji stand for?
It means calm and peace.
Just lost the bidding war to Jim Ratcliffe and you're at peace.
Mate,
Bro,
you know what? That is calm and peace, man. Being out of this
Actually, yeah.
circus, that is calm and peace, man. So they're
Bro.
probably thinking, you know what, we dodged a bullet here.
and you know what it is? Their mentality is on a different scale. Like their club's going under, not their club, but the club that they sport are going under. Look at what's it called, Fahad. The club's going under, and these are posting basically the results at every game, what they're winning and stuff. And this guy posts a common piece emoji, like, yeah, it's nothing. But what it is, I think something is definitely happening behind the scenes from that perspective. I think from a manager point of view, I don't know. I don't think Tuchel comes in now or like in the summer under the structure. I don't think it happens.
Who do you think comes in? And don't say Southgate because he's now rejected us.
He's rejected. I don't know. I think a few managers might be scared to come in under the structure, thinking, okay.
Well, like I says, I think Southgate's an example. I'm not going to say he's rejected us because I think he might not really have been. Because I think he might have been thought of, but with all the backlash, because we know obviously INEOS go off fans' sentiment, because that's why they gave Erik ten
That's why they
Hag
kept
a
Eric
new
in the
contract.
first place.
Well, not give
love
him a new
letters.
contract. Yeah, they extended him. Yeah, so all the love letters they receive. But I think, you know, fair play to him. He's kind of come out and said, nah, I'm going to take my time. So I get it. I think, you know, I think Thomas Frank could get lured. You know what? And I would be open to it. Like I says, I'll reiterate again. I don't believe any manager will be successful. I don't believe any player will be successful under this regime. But I don't know, man. Like I says, I don't mind which one, you know, which one of these guys comes in. You know, Tuchel or Thomas Frank. But yeah, I'll be very skeptical about them coming in. But look, man,
you know what it is? I think they're going for a manager who's already in a job. That's my opinion. I think they're already going for someone who's already in a job, and it's kind of complicated from that aspects, because you've got Ten Hag and your compensation, then you got this guy as well.
I've just thought about what they should do. We should go and screw up CFG's plan. Whatever that compensation figure is, pay it. Bring Amarin. Because they've just signed Viana, right, to replace Cheeky Bajiristine.
You don't bring him.
No,
Amarin without Viana.
Without Hugo Viana.
Just screw up City. I don't care about United. Just screw up City. Just screw up City for a year or two.
No, man. Look,
they
we screwed up. We meant to screw up City by getting Sanchez. We got him instead of they did. We meant to screw up City by getting Fred before they did. We were meant to screw up City by getting Maguire. So they didn't get him.
Yeah.
We screwed up City by getting Ronaldo, so they didn't get him.
Yeah, true.
Mate. And we got screwed. We literally got
screwed on every one of them.
You know what? I would have put it past City to kind of announce this. Barada goes and gets them, and they're like,
and we get more
this
screwed,
well, this wasn't the guy we was really after, and they just go and get somebody else. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Look, as much as we hate to say, and there's obviously you got the 115 charges, and I think there's obviously merit in all that, like, do you know what I mean? But putting that aside, I think just if I compare it to us, all I'm trying to say is what they've done and how they got there. that will happen, and I think they will get found out for that. And the 115 charges, something will happen. But let's just compare it to what we've done. Okay, they're on the same level. They've got similar revenues. Okay, however inflated they are. Okay, but we're on the same level. There's nothing that they've got more than us, and vice versa in terms of resources. Okay, the club's in fucking massive debt, but we still offset that by what we put in and what we spend, etc. So how the hell are they keep getting it right? Because somebody again on the space the other day, I can't remember who it was, saying that they've never made a managerial decision that hasn't worked, that haven't won something. I
You know what
can't
it is?
remember. I can't remember Mark Hughes. I think Mark Hughes might have been already there.
Yeah, he's already there.
He was already there in
Yes, he was
2010
already
when
there.
they bought it. Or was it 2000? And I always forget
He
what
was,
year they
he
got
was
bought out.
already.
Did
I
they
think.
hire Sven?
Yeah.
Or was
So
Sven before that?
I think
Mark
Sven was
Hughes was.
before that.
Mark Hughes was. Yeah, that
Might be.
Chinese
Yeah, the
guy.
Chinese guy got
Chinese
Sven. Yeah.
Thailand guy got
The
Sven,
Chinese guy. Yeah,
and
Sven,
then he
yeah.
bought in Mark Hughes, and then they bought in
Then Mark Hughes was still there.
Mancini?
Then they bring in Mancini.
Yeah, Mancini was
Mancini,
the first proper.
Mancini. Then he won the league. Then Pellegrini.
and then
Then Pep in 2016.
But it comes down to the top, basically, not come down, but it goes back to the top, the structure.
They've backed their managers and they've done it in the right way.
Yeah.
And then people are telling.
Here's the question, though. Go and finish
Yeah.
off, and then I'll drop the question.
No, this is what I was gonna say. Then people are telling me that we should just keep churning managers out until we get it right. Whereas people like City would get it right, and you had Chelsea under Roman, who obviously would hire, fire. Obviously they would get it wrong, but man, they'd get it right not too soon after.
Yeah, I mean,
and
that method, he became the most successful club
and that period under his tutelage,
yeah.
And then just final, sorry, Aki, before you ask your question, somebody mentioned to me Real Madrid as well. They hire, fire, but I was like, how can you even compare us to any of these clubs when the likes of Perez has got it right so many times? So he's got it right so big. Yes, one or two. It's like Ferguson as well. He got bad signings. Didn't get everyone right, but overall, you trusted him because he had credit in the bank. Bro, we're in overdraft at United.
We still can't get anything right.
We literally we're in debt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, sorry, go on, Aki. So your question.
You're talking about City United, yeah. So ownership wise, who's done the worst? So City's ownership 115 charges, or the Glazers robbing the whole dividends and all that kind of stuff for United? Who's done the worst?
I'd say the Glazers, because if you flip the scenarios and we were the owners that had charges, we as a fan base wouldn't give two shits. I don't care what anyone says. The fan base wouldn't care because it'd be like, oh, well, we've got X player, we've got this manager, we've won these trophies. Because that's how it is, isn't it?
I think I slightly differ on that. I thought I differ on that. I think, look, the one good thing I like about the Glazers is that is that they've never brought any controversy in terms of these 115 charges.
Yeah.
They've not done anything that we know of yet. Anyway, something might come up after they leave or whatever have you. But there's nothing that they've done that could jeopardize a club other than the debt. But that's well known. But you know what I mean? They've not brought all these dodgy dealings or anything like that to the club. They've used the club for their own benefits, and they've leveraged that. But at least we've never been tainted with that's wrongdoing, or that they won that by cheating.
That they haven't done any reputational damage through
reputational damage. Means. Yeah, exactly. But again, it goes back to still the thing is that having said, we've spent the same. We've spent probably around the same. We've got the resources. We've just not done anything compared to what City have done. But actually, to answer your question, like I says, I would take this what we're going through and then for it not to be tainted. But that doesn't excuse that we should be so much better than what we have been. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like Liverpool. I get Liverpool that even Arsenal now that we've been so close. We've been unlucky, but at least they can say we did it the right way.
Yeah. That if Arsenal win the title, if Arteta wins the title, the progression he's had over the years. Yeah, I think there was 2 seasons where he finished 8th back to back, but he got more points, he got more goals. He's got rid of, the likes of Aubameyang, Ozil. Obviously, Ozil was a different situation.
Lacazette.
But he got rid of big hitters and he brought in his own men. And he's in a situation where it's finally starting to pay off. So for him to win the league, it's, even though Arsenal fans are unbearable, it's a much more pure victory than Haaland scoring 50 goals in the season.
Yeah, and like I said,
them running away with it.
But having said all that, you still got to do it all. So even with the resources as we've seen, you've still got to do it. So on that side of things, tip my hat to City. They've done a fantastic job. Viana come in. I'm pretty sure Amorim will follow him not too far. So that will happen. But just before we finish off, I do know who we should bring in. Optimus.
Optimus Prime.
You're on about Tesla, aren't you? Yes.
Tesla Optimus, man. Have you seen it?
It looks wicked.
The robot.
Yeah.
I kind of want one.
Yeah.
Well, the way you see that dancing and all that shit, look, so it can do, like it says, it can help you with your groceries, your garden, and all that. So, let's tweet Elon, man. Let's do it. Let's do. I think it'll work. Elon, can you take over Man United and make him a success as a manager? No, I think
we don't even need a manager. We just need the robot on the touchline. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was crying out for this AI. AI Altani. Let's just get AI, Optimus, man. We'll all be happy then.
The first ever AI Manchester United club. Literally transform it into an AI club.
Mate, I'm here for it, man, because I think actually, I'm literally considering getting one, man. I think it's going to take a couple of years. They'll cost, they'll really charge more though, but you know what? I think it'd be sick, Just imagine a little robot like.
I could just picture it in the background there.
I'd be like, Optimus, party jayda mainu. You know what I mean? Optimus, cha bana de. You know what I mean? So like,
understands Punjabi as well. That's even better.
Naal barfi lain, do tikke jade na lain. You know what I mean? Shukar na pai. You know what I mean? That kind of thing into it as well, man.
Oh man.
Okay.
On a Sunday as well, like, Optimus, parothe, lard de parothe. You know what I mean? Aloo wale, yes, hops. Would you like aloo wale or methe wale or gobi? Sare pa de vich. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it.
Already got his retirement planned.
Yeah, I've already. You know what I mean? I've already got it planned, man. I think.
When you go over to Qatar in a few weeks, grab some seed money, and forget Optimus. You can have AI hops.
Yo, me, Majid, Jamin, Shay Jassim, we're gonna just chill, man. We're gonna have conversations, man. Do you know what I mean? I was gonna mention it. You mentioned it, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we're gonna go out there. We'll have some. I'll bring some exclusives back. Do you know what I mean? I think I might pitch that idea, man. Get Optimus in there, man. But boys, anything other conversations? I know. One other thing I wanted to mention as well, actually, England yesterday were rubbish.
Not surprised.
Argentina were rubbish.
Not surprised.
And guess what they both had in common?
No United players.
No United players in the squad.
No United players in the squad, man. Do you know what I mean, this is what happens?
Even though they're all injured.
I think the only positive is that Cobb Mainoo signing a new contract.
Is he?
Apparently,
yeah.
Apparently.
I love the guy. I mean, my favorite.
That might be
my favorite player.
controversial. That might be a bit controversial,
You know what?
Fine, before this, it is fine.
I'm sure he's got a couple of years. Do you know what I mean?
You'd wait and see where the club's going, wouldn't you, and then decide.
Look, man, I think I hate ruining players. And like I said, we said it last year as well. So it's not Captain Hindsight, and it's going to happen because it's already happening. People are already turning on him.
Yeah. He's burnt out. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's burnt out. That's what it is.
But they don't take that into fact. They just jump on him.
They think he's a machine as well. And this is, I'm quite positive this is what's happened to Rashford as well. Like I said, it's just the same thing that they've done to Michael Owen, Liverpool. we've done to Rashford.
We've
Do you
done
know
it
what I
to
mean?
more than
Look-
Rashford. We've done it to Rashford, Garnacho, starting to do to Kobe.
You know, it's gonna, like it says, you look at Phil Foden at City. He came in when he was quite young, but Pep just wouldn't not play him. He then played him things, and now he's not playing him again. Like, do you know what I mean? He just knows when to, you know, give him a break and time it out. Like, do you know what I mean?
Do you think we can actually clone Kobe Manu into an AI robot? So first half he plays, second half the robot plays. So it's
Mate,
not actually a robot, but it's Kobe basically. That'd be
mate,
sick. That
I reckon these robots can play better than us.
yeah.
Do you know what I
They
mean?
win the
I-
Premier League.
I think they can do it, man. So yeah, boys, I think we'll end it at that there. But we'll get in touch with Elon. Let's sort this deal out with Jeremy. Let's get the next manager and let's get Optimus into the club, man. Sort it out. But yeah, everybody, thank you for listening in. And as always, thank you for your likes, your shares, you know, your subscriptions. It obviously all helps, man. We're gonna keep bringing up more things. So yeah, let's see the next few days what happens. Does Eric Ten Hag stay or how go? We'll be back soon. Thank you.
The guy that turns up on your party, dropping the hit, got me Haraami. Coming to see like a